the men have to leave the household. That started to break down the black family that has continued on. After that was Roe v. Wade that killed us, okay? Now a lot of women are, really love, women's rights, things like that, but Roe v. Wade has never been about women's health issues for what happened. It's about Margaret Sanger. And she was the mother of Planned Parenthood, and what she started, she wanted all black babies exterminated. We've eliminated 20 million babies. We should right now be 57 to 60 million in the United States. The word is not getting out to African Americans. And my question to you as far as how do you get what you're saying, the word out in more masses so the African Americans will be aware of their history, who got them here, and then real solution, which Mr. Trump has put forward, trying to get us out of this situation. I hear your voice, I hear a few voices, but I don't hear collective voices that will be in those communities and really put the word out. Everybody needs to see your movement.
Right, exactly.
So what do we need to do with this?
We're not getting enough support. There's no one giving African American support. 85% of Skid Row is African Americans living in tents and on the concrete.
Excuse me,
and no one is helping
the comments and the question to her question, okay?
Okay, this is a very important point. So, I think there is a very important moment coming immediately following this election. Whatever happens, if Trump wins, the Republican Party is completely there for the remaking. If Trump loses, there will be some recriminations. If Trump loses by 3 points, all the Trump guys are going to say, hey, all you never Trump people, you cost us this election. You could have put us over the top, but by doing what you did, you actually put Hillary in the White House. And that's going to be an argument for cleaning out the Republican stables and trying to create something new. This Republican Party has a great history, as you know. I didn't even know it, but I mean the Republican Party has been there from the beginning. It's got a glorious history. No one needs to be ashamed of being a Republican at all. But the truth of it is this party is super messed up right now. Literally, small example of the movie. So if I was a Democrat, the whole Democratic Party would be behind me. This movie would be everywhere. I'm not saying the CBS should show it. I know why they don't want to show it. I'm not saying CNN should mention it. I know why they want to mention it. But I'll go to the RNC. I'll go to the super PACs. I'll go to the Trump campaign. I'll say, listen, most of the people seeing this movie in the theater are Republicans, right? But you have the ability to show this movie to swing voters in Ohio and Florida. You have the ability to show this movie to Latinos in South Texas. I don't have the means, but you do. Why do you do it? And to my utter bafflement, they're not interested. And I don't know why. And it's because I'm not even asking them for anything, because we raised $10 million from investors to make the movie. So it's kind of like we, at our own expense, we create a messaging that they don't know how to make. They could never make this movie in 1,000 years. And we make it, and there it is. It's not just for them, but it's for them to use, for anyone else to use. It's out there, and they're like, we got it. We got this covered. And Romney was the same 4 years ago with my Obama movie. Now, a lot of people who've seen this movie believe, and I agree, if every American saw Hillary's America, there's no way Hillary would win on Tuesday. There's no way. So you would think this would set a very simple agenda for the Republican Party. You think they'd come to us and say, listen, we found a way. We just basically want to buy 2.5 hours on CBS News and show the movie on Sunday in its entirety, and we'll pay for it. It won't benefit me in any way, but 30 million Americans will see it. And I don't even know if I could do that, because Lionsgate has contracts with Redbox, and so I don't know if I could do it. But they've never asked. They've never proposed it. So what I'm getting at is, something's going to happen to the Republican Party. And what you're talking about, I think the Republican Party could win 50% of the black vote in 12 years, in 3 election seasons. But it has to speak differently, it has to show a different vibe and a different attitude. Rather than being on the defensive about racism, It's got to point the finger where it should be pointed and demand accountability where accountability is due. That should be the... Young African Americans and poor African Americans don't want to hear things like, we don't want to talk about slavery anymore. We Republicans should want to talk about slavery and hold the Democrats accountable for what they did. So this, I think, is the future. I'm very glad you took what you did. And I think this has been a very interesting session. I want to thank you all for being here.